Hey there folks, welcome to this video, and as we hear that Red Bull is looking at taking the action to the FIA to appeal the penalty given to Lewis Hamilton in the British Grand Prix, appealing for it to be harsher, let's have a bit of a talk about it. And if you see the title, you see that I've already got my own thoughts and feelings about it. Because, well, let's just go with it. I don't believe they genuinely think that their arguments are going to hold up. I have a feeling that this, just for whatever reason, plays more as a psychological game. But at the same time, I remember the last time a team tried to appeal a penalty. Instead, it wasn't appealing a penalty given to another driver, it was a penalty given to their own driver. And it was Sebastian Vettel with Canada in 2019. Now, on that day, well, the day that they appealed it, which was Paul Ricard, they showed up to the track with no new telemetry or data. They showed up with Karun Chandok's analysis on Sky Sports F1 saying this says that Vettel could have done anything different. So, voila. But the FIA was like, well, he shouldn't have been in that position. The incident was he always pushed Lewis into a wall. Penalty still stands. Which, that's how those things work. At the end of the day, the FIA isn't to rule on ramifications for what's happened after the incident, like championship deciding ramifications, or in the case of Red Bull, what's happened to the power unit. If they've just lost a power unit having put it in, that's a them problem. If it's a financing, that's a them problem. In terms of cost cap or anything like that, it's a Red Bull problem. It's not a problem for the FIA to deal with. And they can ask for relief, but it's not necessarily going to be the case the FIA is going to give it, because then Mercedes will appeal that, and they're just going to go, well, it's tough luck that your driver got taken out because another driver understeered into him. But we've deemed it the way that we have, and we can't change that, and we can't give you anything different, and we can't give Mercedes anything different. To be honest, I don't think Red Bull will want that either. Because as much as I know a lot of people who will just willfully go to a lot more of the kind of extreme Hamilton should have had a harsher penalty, Max was not at fault at all, yada yada yada. At the same time, a lot of them don't agree with the idea that Hamilton should get a race ban, or that the penalty should be actually too much harsher in retrospect. It's more of a kind of, this happened, let's move on. Let's see if Verstappen's going to drive into Lewis the way he did Ricciardo a few years ago. Or let's see if Lewis is going to make more mistakes into Max at a track where he's got the most wins around it. You never know, do you? And I think that's going to be interesting to see over the rest of the season. At the end of the day, it doesn't hamper Red Bull too much outside the British Grand Prix. They've still got the fastest car. They've still got the best all-round package for their two drivers. I mean, we've known that since pre-season, that that's the case. But they need to stop making these kinds of errors and mistakes. They need to start being the kind of ruthless and let's get on and run off with it team that they pretend that they are a lot of the time. And to be honest, they should be able to do that. The idea that they needed to hire lawyers when they probably already have their own pretty hefty legal team is a bit confusing. But anyways, that's really my thoughts on it. Like, I still think it was a racing incident. I still think the penalty was justified. I still think that the racism that Lewis Hamilton had directed at him after the race and during the race are absolutely abhorrent. And I still think that Red Bull should not be fighting this, and they should focus on winning the title instead. Because at the end of the day, that's what they want to do, right? They don't want to sit around and cry about one result when they've still got the lead in the championships. They're still leading both titles. And records have seemed to say that whoever's leading at Hungary will win the title. I think, was it only 2018 is the exception to it. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.